Hello, I'm Harmeet Kaur and my colleague Ms. Priscilla Naveen. We have been in the career and the college counseling domain for last 10-15 years. Besides this, I have been an educator and an entrepreneur, bringing my life lessons and exposures as handy tools to guide my young adults to make informed career decisions at the right time, at the right place, to avoid mistakes and minimize the failures.
I am Priscilla. I too share the same profile as Ms. Harmeet. Apart from that, I am also an educator at IB and also an examiner for the business management of IB. So, yes, Harmeet, you can.
So, in our series on life and career management, we will be taking one question every time, or sharing our experiences on one area, and that's how we have thought through about the series. And but if you have a specific question which you want us to address, please write to us, and we will be happy to.
You can put those questions on the comment, and we would be happy
to answer that. Right. So Priscilla, the first question for today is, we keep getting queries on making curriculum choices, right? And we have the Indian curriculum as CBSE, ISC and state boards, and we have the national curriculums as IB, A-levels and AP. What should be the criteria to make such an informed decision?
Yes, Harmeet, it becomes so overwhelming for parents to make informed choice and also be satisfied by the choices they make end of the day. Okay, sometimes you do make a lot of choice but may not be sure and happy about the choices we make. So at the core, I would suggest a student has to be clear by the end of middle school his learning style, at least to know what his learning style is, because each curriculum have a different approach to learning. So as an educator, I have taught ICSE, IB, A levels. So I'll be in a fair level to explain the differences. So for example, IB is basically philosophy rather than a curriculum. So at the core, so IB deals with the IB attributes. So all the teaching that comes is through IB attributes. Okay, whereas it's more ICSE or the CBSE is more content based. Okay, although there are some concepts, it's more content based. So we have to learn. The student has to come to a point where he says, this is not my kind of learning. I would like to have more hands-on or application based, concept based learning rather than a content based. So if we could come to that decision first, then comes the rest of the issues that, whether I can fit in these curriculum or not. So
yeah, I completely agree, because learning style is important. I have been an IB parent for last 18 years and taught at the university undergrad programs, and that's where I see the difference, where IB is definitely a philosophy and the skills are built over a period of time. Immediately shifting a curriculum from a national to an IB curriculum, or moving from an IB curriculum to a national curriculum, creates confusions in the mind. It's not about the child only, right? So understanding the student, understanding your own child as to what will help the whole learning to go on, and then apply when the time requires, either in competitive exams or in at the undergrad level, is we have to understand that as parents and as educators we can do that early on, by the time the child finishes grade 8. Yeah. But also there's one very clear guideline, I would say, where if the student wants to pursue engineering or medicine in India, then I think there's a clear-cut indication that follow the national curriculum, because they align not only in content but also the examination dates.
Yeah, so with that in mind, having a sure thing that I would want to pursue engineering or medicine, because the entrance exams of engineering, say JEE and your NEET, falls on the same date as the IB or the international curriculum, so you cannot have both, and preparation time also takes so much. However, Harmeet, I was wondering if you're looking at non-traditional courses apart from engineering and medicine, then the question arises, so can students studying national curriculum still aspire to go abroad? Because there's a general myth that if you are taking a national curriculum, you're bound to be in India, and you cannot really go abroad. So
definitely, as you said, it is a myth. It is a myth that student doing the national curriculum cannot go and study abroad. Now it's more important to know who you are, what you have been doing to build your personality there. right? And there are also some clear guidelines for few courses, like students wanting to do visual arts or animation, portfolio is required, coming from any curriculum, right? And that would
Be in India, and you cannot really go abroad. So
yeah, so yeah, definitely, as you said, it is a myth. It is a myth that student doing the national curriculum cannot go and study abroad. Now, the it's more important to know who you are, what you have been doing to build your personality there, right? And there are also some clear guidelines for few courses, like students wanting to do visual arts or animation, portfolio is required, coming from any curriculum, right? And that portfolio, when a student builds a portfolio, the student builds him or herself as well, right? It's about the journey. And that portfolio itself is an important element for the universities to understand how the student will shape up taking this non-traditional courses.
So whatever course, so we can understand by this. So whatever course or national curriculum, international curriculum, as long as you're able to take the learning objectives of these into the community, and how you can build a community through your learnings is what the
Absolutely.
universities are looking for. So ultimately, you must focus on the long run to see, okay, I've learned so and so subject. Is it only limited to subject, or am I able to translate this to the community?
Absolutely.
So-
Absolutely. Yeah, so that's it for today.
So I hope this question of curriculums has answered. Even if it's not, if you still have more queries, please put it on the comments, and we will be more than happy to address these. And we are starting off with the series, so you can follow up each time we come with a different question, and hope to see you all in the next session.
Yeah, and in the next part, we will be talking about subject choices, making these subject choices in high school. So keep
Yes.
tuned. We'll come back. Ciao.
Bye.